Hello, and welcome back to Connecting Philosophy, a YouTube channel dedicated to connecting philosophy to the real world around us. This video is number 3 in a six video political philosophy series, and this video will focus on the second of 4 political philosophies. And this second political philosophy is liberalism. What is liberalism? Now, just like with the previous video on conservatism, I want to put out the outset, this is about liberalism broadly as a political philosophy. I am not in this video talking about liberalism in the United States or Europe. I'm talking about it broadly as a political philosophy. So, just keep that in mind. So what is liberalism? Liberalism as a political philosophy originates in the work of philosopher John Locke in the 17th century and became a real political force in the 18th century. And it not only helped spur the American Revolution, but it also, and perhaps more importantly, spurred the French Revolution. Liberalism is based on certain principles: liberty, equality, political rights, and, important to Locke, private property. It is also greatly associated with democracy. At its inception, it was a revolutionary force, especially think about the French Revolution, fighting against monarchy and feudalism, instead supporting democracy, rights, republicanism, representative government. Once again, it's most strongly articulated in the French Revolution, liberalism, but it continued to be a force for many decades across Europe, and eventually there were liberal revolutions all over Europe, culminating in the revolutions of 1848, and it eventually became the status quo and left room for a more radical political force, which is socialism. It should also be noted that liberalism is becomes greatly associated with capitalism, as liberalism and capitalism kind of develop at the same time throughout the 17th and 18th century, 19th centuries. And at this point, they are pretty much intertwined. Although, in my opinion, you could still believe in liberal principles, while in some sense rejecting the ideological formation of liberalism and perhaps capitalism as well. So that means to say that you could think and believe of liberalism as a political philosophy, and perhaps not completely agree with what liberals are doing in America or Europe, etc. Okay. How does liberalism as a political philosophy connect to the real world? Liberalism connects to the real world today in a serious way. All of Western societies, to some form or another, are liberal. They have liberal democracy. And pretty much everyone, in a sense, or at least maybe perhaps should be, are philosophically liberal. In the United States, Canada, Europe, South America, Mexico, philosophically liberal. Whether you realize it or not, if you believe in liberty, democracy, equality, basic rights, you're liberal. In at least a philosophical sense, I want to stress that, at least a philosophical sense, you are liberal. Even if you may be politically conservative, you may be still philosophically liberal. And if you really believe these things, that means you should be aware of attacks against it, and you want to protect philosophical liberalism. But of course, in order to fully protect it, you must fully understand it, which makes it really important to understand where it comes from and how the ideas of liberalism have shaped your life, my life, so on and so forth. There is definitely a lot more to be said about this particular topic, considering its impact on the world. But for now, I'll leave it here. I will most certainly return to this topic in the future and do a much more deep dive on it. But that, in a nutshell, is liberalism as a political philosophy. This has been Connecting Philosophy. Until next time.